We start tonight with that late breaking news that special counsel Jack Smith has subpoenaed former President Donald Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, as part of Smith's investigation into Trump and his role in the January 6th insurrection. Now, I should say this is according to a single source, and it is being reported by CNN. NBC has not yet independently confirmed this reporting. But CNN reports tonight that Meadows received a subpoena for documents and testimony sometime in January. And beyond the fact that subpoenaing the former president's former chief of staff is a huge deal on its own, Mark Meadows in particular is quite a potential witness. Joining me now to discuss all of this and give us his thoughts, FBI General Counsel, MSNBC legal analyst, the person that you want to talk to, the person you request desperately to hang out for another hour when breaking news like this happens, Andrew Weissmann. It's good to see you, sir.
Nice to see you.
So Mike Pence has a subpoena. Mark Meadows has a subpoena. To some degree, that all makes a lot of sense. What does that tell you about the special counsel's investigation and the alacrity with which Jack Smith appears to be moving?
Remember when Jack Smith was appointed and everyone was concerned about how much this was going to slow things down?
Yes.
And I won't pat myself on the back because I know Jack Smith, and I was like, quite the opposite. I mean, he is a career guy who doesn't let grass grow under his feet. I mean, he is really, just like Robert Mueller, he is really steeped in this idea that he has an obligation to go as fast as possible and responsibly. And I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, Mark Meadows makes total sense that you're going to put him in the grand jury for all the reasons you said. I mean, he is a key player and a key witness. He now has 4 things he can do. He can assert the same sort of executive privilege. Yeah. I think that's going to go nowhere very fast.
Which he's tried to do before.
He has done that before, and it's by all signs, both the district court and the D.C. Circuit may have already ruled on that issue. So that's really not going to be a winner. He can assert the Fifth Amendment, and then Jack Smith has to make a hard decision about whether he charges him or whether he tries to immunize him.
Right.
Or he can go in the grand jury, and if he goes in the grand jury and testifies, he can lie or he can tell the truth. Lying is going to be very hard for him to pull that off because there's so many people around him and there's so many documents to confront him. So if you're his lawyer, and I've been a defense lawyer, it is a hard thing. First, you can't counsel somebody to lie.
Well, there's that.
Right. And then second, I mean, you're going to get caught. And so he could end up getting charged not just with the underlying crimes of, seditious conspiracy and obstruction of justice of Congress, but he could actually get charged with the lying and obstructing of the grand jury.
Yeah.
So this is totally the right move if you're Jack Smith. You want Mark Meadows to feel pressure to come clean.
Do you think Jack Smith is moving quickly because the judge in this case, Beryl Howell, who has been sort of the judge that's presided over all the Trump scandal, you know her well, is retiring, and a new judge is coming in to oversee all of these subpoenas, et cetera?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And the reason is, Beryl Howell she's sort of termed out as the chief judge. I mean, she'll still be a judge, but she won't be in charge of all the grand jury work. But the new judge, Boasberg, is also excellent. We dealt with him in the special counsel investigation from time to time. He was sort of the backup judge for Judge Howell. So I just don't think that would be the reason. I think there are many, many reasons in terms of the investigation itself to be moving very quickly. And, Pence and Meadows are sort of the two people, right?
I mean, if I'm a special counsel, there are 2 guys I want to talk to. Other 3, really. Donald Trump is one of them. But Mike Pence and Mark Meadows are the guys. I mean, I think I am old enough to remember the juncture at which Mark Meadows was cooperating with investigations into January 6th, the congressional investigation, January 6th committee. He handed over a lot of his text messages, which provided we can safely say the foundation of so much of the case that the committee laid out.
Yeah, everyone at the time was thinking, he's going to fully cooperate. I think this is a sign that he didn't. He decided not to go down that route. One other sort of technical thing that's kind of interesting is Mark Meadows cannot be a target of the grand jury. And the reason I'm saying that is DOJ has a rule, which is that you cannot put a target in the grand jury. So you wouldn't be able to, if, for instance, Donald Trump was the target, you wouldn't be able to subpoena him. And it's just an internal DOJ rule. So clearly somebody has decided that Mark Meadows may be what's called a subject. He might be somebody, a person of interest, might be a way of referring it to it, but he's not actually somebody who's targeted as looking to see whether you could charge him. So that's sort of an interesting call that because you would think he might be somebody who's so exposed in terms of seeming to be the right-hand man of Donald Trump.